What's up, chat? How you guys doing? Sorry to make y'all wait. We're waiting for freaking Moo Moo to stop acting weird. The Ark of Knights? The Knights of the Ark. How about that? Dr. Hoffman, what's up? Jackal, what's up? Dr. Kronos, what's up? Recycle me, what's up? Chapter 16 is real. What's up, Panda? Long time no see. I can't stay for now, but can't wait for the VOD. Have fun, man. Hey, thank you, Todd, Talder. Thank you, thank you. What's up, Comey? I am here. I just give y'all a sight of what I'm looking at, so y'all don't think I'm lying about this Moo Moo bullshit. All right, Panda. What's up? I'll see you in a bit. A playlist you made? All right, let me hide my screen so I can open Discord for a second. All right, so I'm closing Discord now, and we're switching back to the main scene. I got it, Comey. What? I hate this stupid emulator. What did they do to stop it from working on Google? Yeah, we're gonna watch the PVs and stuff before I get started. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on because I was able to play the game at least the other day. And now this update won't update. See, with Google Play Games, now it freezes for some reason, and that's why I started using Moo Moo, even though I fucking hate Moo Moo. We're gonna see if this actually installs this time, and if it doesn't, then we'll update this version. Sorry, guys. I thought I was prepared, but I didn't expect it to fail while I was sleeping. I sent him that too already. Great, great, great. Yep. Send me the anniversary stuff. I saw it. It's right here. I just want to make sure all this stuff is working and focus on that so that we can enjoy a good, nice long stream. But how's everyone doing today? How's your morning, evening, whatever it is in your part of the world? Doing good? That's good, Dr. Kronos. Anything good going on in your life? Things sailing smoothly? What's good? What's happy for third anniversary verse 1999 on CN today? Hey, congratulations. The stream keeps buffering for me for some reason, so annoyed. I'm not lagging this time, so it ain't me. I hope everything's okay over there. So many things happening on there right now. What, on reverse? I hope you guys are enjoying it. Still doing John Arknights stuff. Got 3 university exams coming up, but they're coming along well in terms of preparation, so I'm just vibing, ready for summer break. Hey, there we go. Yeah, you knew I was gonna go back to fucking Google, that's why. Free 100 polls. Hey, I hope you get everyone you want with that 100. And now we got another patch right here. All right, so we know this one isn't gonna fail, so we're good. All right, guys. So we got some announcements before we get this going. All right. So first off, we have a date for the 7th anniversary of Arknights. We have a date. And that date is April 25th. You know what? Let me make sure I don't work that day. I have a feeling I do. I have a feeling I do, but if I do, I'm gonna make time for this to fit this in. We don't miss anniversaries for Arknights, all right? We just don't do that. So that's next Saturday, and I have it off. It's a celebration. I will be there bright and early in the morning. I will be there bright and early in the morning. So we will be watching this live, as we always do, and seeing what's coming in the future of Arknights, all right? Will we finally get the Destiny 2 collab? I'm pretty sure that's been canceled. There's no way they just go dark on people like that. I'm pretty sure that's been canceled. You added something in the playlist at the very end? Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and start watching some of these trailers. All right. All right. I got to start locking in on some of these. 600. Where's my 800? That's the third time I got 600. I need my 800. Retracing our steps. That's the name of the new side story. I've already seen this. I saw it last night while trying to load into the game. All right. I got a lot of catching up to do. I got a lot of stuff to do.
You seriously think we're getting along?
Okay.
Wanna guess what it is
Okay.
I'm holding right here?
This is the first. You're gonna give me this?
Relax. It's fear you're gonna bear for what you
I just
did.
came back, W.
Wouldn't be much fun to cash this thing out that easy.
I understand.
So, when are you gonna let your guard down again, Doctor?
Look.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Look. Yeah, I love the violence, but I just walked in the door. Okay, like you gotta understand that I got shit I gotta do. W, like you just can't. Sorry, Weesadell, don't yell at me. My bad. I called you W again. I need you to chill out. All right, I need you to chill out. Just give me a good hour before you start yelling at me. A good hour. Then you can get really aggressive. Really aggressive. All right, so he's already done loan. Yeah. All right. So before we do any of this, we're gonna go and watch some of these trailers that Comey has dropped here. All right. So revisit the woe. I believe I've seen this before. You can bring back Khalsid by using the power of the sarcophagus. There's only one other sarcophagus. Oh, damn, that was too quick. One other sarcophagus accessible to us, Ursus. About 20 years ago, a small mining company controlled by the Boris group of Ursus unearthed a strange set of equipment in the southern mountains. If they could put together something similar to the device, then Ursus would never have to worry about energy again. Instead of being mere slaves that reek of filth and blood, they wanted to become slaves of a higher purpose. However, Ursus's research on the device ended up in quite the mire. I was thinking dire. No one cared. Nothing could be changed. I was born in a mine in the northwest tundra. This mine was hell, built only to spread death and slavery. There are countless such mines in the snowy plains. Rest in peace. Oh my God! Wow, I was not expecting this. After a dozen years of rolling around on the tundra, an infected woman reached out to us. She said, "Come with me." It's connect. Is chapter 16 going? Okay. I didn't expect it to have anything to do with this. She said, "Come with me and let us break all chains." Our team grew, and so did our friendships. And so did the tragedies. It was Ursus that turned them into this. I was not expecting that. I wasn't expecting that at all. I wasn't expecting that at all. That was a flashback that I didn't expect to see relevant in the main story ever. Okay. I'm gonna like this. Shall mediate, sharing pain of others. For you, for him, for all who endure pain. Desire not your own life. Decide not your own death. Rain and snow bring unclean mud. Even so, the weather in Bresk? The weather in Bresk is already far milder than in other places in the far north. It is regrettable, but you must believe that this is the truth. There is no soil where equality can grow freely. Only those who hold power can hold the right to question and to grant release. Meaningless. It's all meaningless. Great Ursus sits atop all creation but lies barren, aside from never-ending disaster. We were headed to the mines like Beck beasts, using our lives to dig for iridium to warm the bed of others. This is not the law, it is murder. Those who turn their backs on the motherland can scarcely be murdered. With your mercy, your sorrow, your boundless love.
It seems I'm not the only one giving everything to survive. Everyone does the same.
This place is so warm.
The departed connect our past to present. Only with this can we have a future.
Witch Doctor Mommy. Even when we raise our torches, they can only light the little patch of ground beneath our feet. Even when we speak, we can rasp out a few broken, scattered words. Ursus can no longer hide this night as it's always done. Didn't you just leave a little bit longer so I can actually read? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was told last stream that this is the first time I watched this, but it's the first time I read what was in it. I saw someone in my YouTube comments say the reason why these skins are here is because 6 months before the release of this was Halloween, but I thought they adjusted towards our, like the schedule of current time and our release. I didn't know that they were still holding whatever was going on in CN. I don't know. What just happened? The whole thing just froze. Okay. The whole thing just froze. October, basically, yeah. 凍てつく雪の下にはかき消された無数の悲鳴が埋められている。だが私には全て聞こえている。真実を葬らせなどはしない。アークナイツ、神書、ハイリ文庫。隠蔽など不可能だ。Arknights。
耐えよ、許せ、諦めろ。それを救いと呼ぶのですか。悲鳴すら上げず、枯れゆく凍土で命を燃やし、誰かの明日を照らす。その決意を絶対に愚かだなんて言わせません。アークナイツ、神書、ハイリ文庫、受け継ぎます。あなたたち、アークナイツ、アーク、ません。アークナイツ、神書、ハイリ文庫。
Okay. I think I'm gonna really like this chapter if it really has relevance to if it really has relevance to the whole like Frost Nova storyline, as well as our Fire Queen. Oh, I thought they just gave me a new schedule. I was about to say, oh no. Hold on, chat. My phone was going off mighty a lot. Good night, Sue. All right, and the last one is OST in due time. I think I saw this go live, but I didn't listen to it yet.
Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer to. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you.
Isn't that a sample for something?
I, Trevor Friston, having survived the near annihilation of the entire sentient race, do find that simple solutions are often the best. Complex technology, simple solutions. I willingly do hereby commit myself to this AI form. It's the only thing I can do to preserve them.
In due time, as the world melts, I freeze. When the lights are out, will you remember me?
Trevor Friston, that's still me. I think. I truly hope they hear this. The signals, countless millennia. The signals. Is there anyone out there? Is anyone listening? The barrier must be restored, but I'm losing track of time. Preparing to send signal in 5, 4, 3.
In due time, as the world melts, I freeze. When the lights are out, will you remember me?
Hall of Stasis. She's always been here with me, a part of my programming. My dear, sweet daughter. What is the cost of stasis? Are the hopes and dreams I once had for you still a part of the fabric of this world? And now with you, Kristen, most determined and ambitious in nature, have earned the key to my endless knowledge of the observable universe. Amidst days of shared experience and postulation, it is of my utmost certain belief that you are the new generation. Humanity's mission is part of the fabric of my research, and it falls on me, on pen and paper. Computations, graphics, theories, and deductions, emotion bearing little to no consequence. Missing them, feeling that loss cannot be a devastation I will entertain until I reach a firm conclusion. For a better future, I shall await a solution to this problem. The potential outcome is worthy of this sacrifice. My sacrifice, and thus with sound mind and heart shall allow myself a moment, frozen stasis, embedded, transferred, a death or an awakening, yet to be categorized. I will miss them dearly. I can feel it fading. Can you hear my lullaby, my sweet baby girl? Can you hear it beyond the static?
I was not expecting this. I wasn't expecting this.
As the world melts, I reach out, and stasis thus becomes temporary. I can tuck away the hurt. In due time. In due time. When the lights are out, will you remember me?
Hmm. I didn't expect this to have so much information in it and also contain like emotion as well. That's not what I was expecting from this. I was expecting more of the average, you know, dope OST, from this was different. I wasn't expecting this. Even the hypergriff to throw lore into an OST and then it's not even really a.
I, Trevor Friston, having survived the near annihilation of the entire sentient race, do find that simple solutions are often the best. Complex technology, simple solutions. I willingly do hereby commit myself to this AI form. It's the only thing I can do to preserve them. In due time, as the world melts, I freeze. When the lights are out, will you remember me? Trevor Preston?
That's a quote.
In due time, as the world melts, I freeze. When the lights are out, will you remember me? Trevor Preston? That's still me, I think.
See, I was under the impression that in his Friston 3 form, and maybe I just forgot something again, but I was under the impression that in the Friston 3 form, he does not have the memories of being that. What was it? An orb, and that orb didn't have memories of being like. I didn't expect. This is confusing me.
I truly hope they hear this for signals countless millennia.
Preserver, thank you.
Is there anyone out there?
But but even it still doesn't. He has all his memories from before he became the AI, but all the memories from after that point were deleted. So he still has some of his memories? No, I asked this question before. I'm gonna have to find it. I asked this question before. I know I did. And I asked specifically, does he remember anything? Because there was another moment when I was just gonna say that. That's why he dreamed of his daughter, but I didn't think he knew who I was. Okay. I definitely need to go back. I was just reading some small bits at work. I'm reading through everything again. Everything. Every single bit that I've already read, I'm gonna read through quickly. There's gonna be no excuse for me not knowing some shit. There's going to be no excuse for me not knowing some shit. I'm going to read through everything before we start the next thing. After chapter 16, when I finish chapter 16, when we get back to whatever I'm doing next, no, I don't care, man. I keep asking questions about something that's happened previously because I've forgotten my minute bits. And then that small piece that I forget ends up becoming a big thing that becomes relevant later. This is really relevant here.
Do you remember me? Trevor Preston? That's still me, I think. I truly hope they hear this for signals countless millennia. The signals. Is there anyone?
Wait, so if he still has his memories from before he became the preserver, while still in Friston 3, while still in the Friston 3 form, he has all of those memories. When deleting the memory of his time as an AI, he relived it through the process. Yeah, and that's why I forgot, or sorry, that's why I thought he didn't have any of the memories anymore. I thought he was deleting everything. And then when I don't remember what chapter, I think Comey just said what chapter it was a moment ago. Then when he started remembering shit about his daughter, I was confused then too. I remember being confused about that. Because I was under the impression that during that deletion process, all of it was gone. Up until it hit 9. Yeah, and there was a countdown for the shit too. I remember it. And I was like, wait, so that life is just gone now. He's just a robot. I remembered it, exactly my thought process as that.
Is anyone listening? The barrier must be restored, but I'm losing track of time.
Hole stopped him before he could delete everything though. Yes, but it stopped at like what, 99 or something? Bitch, that's still a lot of data lost. Like
Signal in 5, 4, 3.
In due time, as the world melts, I freeze. When the lights are out, will you remember me?
All of Stasis. She's always been here with me, a part of my programming. My dear, sweet daughter. What is the cost of Stasis? Are the hopes and dreams I once had for you still a part of the fabric of this world?
And see, that's more than just remembering who his fucking daughter was, bro. This is a lot of stuff that he's remembering. Like, that's emotions and everything.
Determined and ambitious in nature, have earned the key to my endless knowledge of the observable universe. Amidst days of shared experience and postulation, it is of my utmost certain belief that you are the new generation. Humanity's mission is part of the fabric of my research, and it falls on me, on pen and paper. Computations, graphics, theories, and deductions, emotion bearing little to no consequence. Missing them, feeling that loss.
And he never remembers her face.
I will entertain until I reach a firm conclusion. For a better
or at least it never shows it.
future, I shall await a solution to this problem. The potential outcome is worthy of this sacrifice. My sacrifice. And thus, with sound mind and heart, shall allow myself a moment. Frozen stasis, embedded, transferred. A death, or an awakening, yet to be categorized. I will miss them dearly. I can feel it fading.
Feel it fading.
Can you hear my lullaby, my sweet baby girl? Can you hear it beyond the static?
As the world melts, I reach out, and stasis thus becomes temporary. I can tuck away the hurt in due time. In due time. When the lights are out, will you remember me?
All in all, this is genius storytelling. When he starts to delete his memory, we only can see him relive his memories post-AI. Most of the memories prior to being put in were affected or unaffected because they happened before the project. Okay. I will remember this. If I ask this question again in the future and some part of this changes in any capacity, remember this moment here while watching this OST. If any of what you're telling me is different, I'm going to remember you said this. Oh no, I'm serious about going back and reading a lot of this relevant shit, bro. Clippers, it's your time. You could just press the clip button. This is genius storytelling though. Because this is a character sharing his memories and his emotions with you. And it's supposed to be an OST, but they just lore dropped you or lore bombed you. Like, this is just a long 4-minute lore bomb. Yep, the only one with a face. Cooked him. What are you talking about? Nah, it just blows my mind every single time I think we're done with a section. Somehow it becomes relevant again, and it's just like it's not a bad thing in any capacity. I think it's brilliant that they keep aspects of the world that we've already lived through very relevant throughout the story. Usually when you're done with something, a writer would be just like, okay, that chapter's done. We may mention bits of this, but we're going to leave it at that. Arknights keeps bringing things that we've already experienced it and having a way to lead into something else by using older material and making that material still very much relevant. It's just so brilliant, man. I don't know how they do it and how their team of writers are able to just keep this massive, because that's a lot of content. How to keep this massive world they've built and continue doing stuff like this. Like this by far is probably one of the best OSTs. You have lore keepers. That's funny. Let me put my chat up here so I don't have to keep looking down. Yeah, and unfortunately I had to miss out on the lore book. Unfortunately, I had to miss out on the lore book. I kind of want to listen to that again. That was amazing. Before the stream ends, I might play through this again. We're getting 45 minutes in, and I haven't even started reading the chapter yet. I'm gonna do it one more time. I'm sorry, chat. I'm gonna do it one more time.
Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer too. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you.
That's a sample. I know that's a sample. I know that's a sample of a song.
Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer too.
Daisy Bell. Daisy Bell, Bicycle Built for Two, is a song written in 1892 by British songwriter Harry. I knew I heard this before. I knew I fucking heard this before.
Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer too. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you.
I, Trevor Friston, having survived the near annihilation of the entire sentient race, do find that simple solutions are often the best. Complex technology, simple solutions. I willingly do hereby commit myself to this AI form. It's the only thing I can do to preserve them.
In due time, as the world melts, I freeze. When the lights are out, will you remember me? Trevor Preston? That's still me. I think. I truly hope they hear this. The signals. Countless millennia. The signals. Is there anyone out there? Is anyone listening? The barrier must be restored, but I'm losing track of time. Prepare.
And that's also something I didn't expect to see here too. The barrier must be restored. Is he referring to the barrier of the world, like the thing that Kirsten managed to weaken and fly through? Like,
To send signal in 5, 4, 3. In due time. The world
it has to be because it mentions her in here.
When the lights are out, will you remember me?
All of Stasis. She's always been here with me, a part of my programming. My dear, sweet daughter. What is the cost of Stasis? Are the hopes and dreams I once had for you still a part of the fabric of this world? And now with you, Kristen, most determined and ambitious in nature, have earned the key to my endless knowledge of the observable universe. Amidst days of shared experience and postulation, it is of my utmost certain belief that you are the new generation.
Humanity's mission is part of the fabric of my research, and it falls on me, on pen and paper. Computations, graphics, theories, and deductions, emotion bearing little to no consequence. Missing them, feeling that loss cannot be a devastation I will entertain until I reach a firm conclusion. For a better future, I shall await a solution to this problem. The potential outcome is worthy of this sacrifice. My sacrifice, and thus with sound mind and heart shall allow myself a moment, frozen stasis, embedded, transferred, a death or an awakening, yet to be categorized. I will miss them dearly. I can feel it fading. Can you hear my lullaby, my sweet baby girl? Can you hear it beyond the static? As the world melts, I reach out
to be
and stay.
to be trapped as an AI in this while still having your memories of your past has to be the most torment anyone could ever feel, or any one being. Because it's still, he obviously still has his emotions and everything along with it. He's not just an AI.
Thus becomes temporary. I can tuck away the hurt in due time. In due time. When the lights are out.
This is beautiful, man.
Will you remember me?
This is fucking beautiful. This is brilliance. This is absolute brilliance. Like, brother is literally still sentient, trapped in a fucking in a trash can, bro. Also, Soma touches on that concept. Wait. Oh, I thought you were gonna say like the chapter. I was looking for the chapter's name right now. What's the name of this chapter that we're about to read? It's a main chapter. Why am I going back here? I am so old. There we go. I am so old. There it is. Jesus Christ. That was actually agonizing. So chapter 16, what is the chapter's name? I don't abnormal spectrum. Okay. So it's not in here. Soma's a horror game. Yeah, I know. I've played it and completed it. I thought you were saying this is I got it mixed up. I'll be honest. I got it mixed up. I thought you were saying that this chapter touches on it. I was about to say, wait, is that why they released the OST at this time? Like, I was gonna get really excited if they were gonna touch on that kind of topic. The sentience of a Yeah, I got what you meant, but I thought my misunderstanding was you were saying Soma was the name of the chapter we're about to read. That was my misunderstanding. Yeah, Soma's not a game to play with. Okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna do our polls first, and then we're gonna get into this. I was agonizing trying to remember where the fucking button was. Okay. I'm getting Silver Ash. I'm getting Silver Ash within the first 40 pulls. Okay. Not including the free one, because I never get these.
Doctor, I'm back. Doctor?
Did that just crash? That's crazy. Okay. All right. Here we go. Within the first 40. Of course, it's not the free one. Come on. Within the first 40. Never mind. I take it back. Yes, like you've been cheating on me. That's why it gave me a blue bag. A certificate. Welcome home, cheater. That's what I get for not preparing.
I'm deep color.
I'm not even gonna be mad if I don't get him. Because I have not been preparing. Ain't no way. What is this? Oh.
Hey, Doctor. I'm your new operator. Nice to meet you, Doctor. I'm the new operator. Codename... This is intern Hibiscus. From now on...
Attention! I am Doberman, former military... Attention! I am Doberman, former military...
Amidst the undying...
I got one of them at least.
Snow realm and the unending fall of snow. Kramnik
All right.
Yarag now
All right.
stands before you.
All right. I didn't get Silver Ash,
Now let me in.
but this is fine. This is fine. I'm gonna get Silver Ash too. She's too good, really? Normally does not attack, but has greatly increased defense and resistance. When a skill is active, attacks deal AoE arts damage. So these are the normal modules here. What does the second module do? Damage increases with number of enemies in the area. I'm probably not going to grind for that unless absolutely necessary. Skill 1. Deals 520 attack as arts damage to all enemies within range, inflicting cold, nice, for 3.5 seconds and pushing them with moderate force in deployment direction. She's a push unit. Snow spreads on the ground up to 5 tiles forward. Attacks deal 380% attack as arts damage, and snow spreads to surrounding tiles after reaching 5 stacks. Spreads to a max of 20 tiles. Okay, 20 tiles is some range. Ground enemies on snow tiles take 20% attack as arts damage every second, and are inflicted with 5 seconds of cold after leaving a snow tile. Oh man, I gotta see this in work, like in action. When snow accumulates on the objective 0.5 times, it freezes. Unlimited duration and can manually deactivate skill. Skill can be deactivated at will. What? Attack range expands, immediately lures all enemies within attack range for 10 seconds to the closest reachable ground near her. Increases snowfall speed, attack plus 100%, 30 attack speed, attacks ignore 10 resistance, and every attack deals 260 attack as arts damage. So this one's the one I'm gonna be using the most. This sounds busted. Skill 2 is the one most people use. Skill 2 is busted. Yeah. Skill 2 is very good for AFK. I sent her being used in DMs. Hold on, chat. Sorry, I just got a DM too. It's just her talent. What do you mean that's just her talent? That's not a. How is that just? Is she actually busted? Is she actually? No, I get it. I get it. It's just hard to believe because it's just annihilating this. I know they're very basic and weak enemies, but she ain't doing nothing. That's her skill 2, isn't it? Yeah. This is still her skill 2? Oh, this is inflicting cold. Okay. I want to see how this works. Skill 3. Yeah. Why are you showing me skill 3? That's cool, I guess. That's still really fucking good. That's what it meant? She can stop people from getting any further within the blue box. While still doing damage. That's crazy. Okay. Okay. She's the real limited. Okay. All right. We didn't get the unit that I actually wanted, but this might be 1,000% worth it. That might be 1,000% worth it.
We didn't die today. Makes it a pretty good day, I'd say.
Nah, Silver Ash altar is more broken in my opinion. I'm gonna pretend like he ain't there until I get the currency to get him. I might even just go for it. All right. Yeah, cause I'm sad. I wanted Silver Ash. Like, y'all remember the days when I was using Silver Ash on everything? Come on. All right, so we're starting chapter 16. Abnormal spectrum. Yeah, let's get started. Fill the emptiness and confusion with words. Could someone tell me, are you guys cool with me leaving this up here like this, or do you want me to full screen it? Or better yet, I could use the same screen that I was using. I can do this. The one I've been using for infield. All right, cool. Could someone tell me how much longer His Imperial Majesty will allow this charade to continue? A day, a month, or perhaps a whole year? I'm too big? I've quite frankly had enough already. The Victorians have gained the power to control catastrophes. And even those devil savages have built battleships that fly in the sky. And yet, we are supposed to waste our time discussing how to deal with this jester. Sir, if I may, this is a kindness bestowed upon us by His Imperial Majesty. After all, many citizens continue to believe the madman still possesses some form of noble virtue, and that is why His Imperial Majesty was willing to allow the judgment to be publicized. The limit was 7 days, and as of moments earlier, it's been 6 days and 21 hours. Nonsense, absolute nonsense. Are we supposed to sit here and endure these obscenities? Define obscenities. The state or quality of being obscene behavior, language, or images. Hoping the madman will come to his senses at the toll of the bell on the final day. Sorry, sir, but I'm afraid so. The good news is once the bell tolls, the State Council will begin voting here and now. And when the time comes, you will never have to endure this ever again. I know that, of course. All right, now get out. The clown's death may be a foregone conclusion, but until he is in the ground or burnt to ash, he will still be in Ursus's last. You're just Gustavo? Gustavo? There's no A in that. I don't know what that is. See, I don't even know how to say it to ask freaking. Okay, I shouldn't have looked that up because immediately it brought up Arknight stuff that I haven't seen yet, so. That's the chick from the trailer that I was already thinking in my head is bad as hell, but you Rodstvo. I don't know. Silent Soldier. Did my eyes deceive me? That looked like an Imperial Guard uniform. Is he back already? The break didn't last 5 minutes. He didn't even have a sip of his water during his speech. The final speech. All eyes are focused on an out-of-place, ragged man walking to the center of the council hall in big strides. He is standing tall, yet his limbs seem relaxed. There is no hint of worry for the future or signs of pain that come with the struggle for survival on his face. Barely 5 minutes ago, he made a speech here about love, compassion, and how he forgives all those who decided his death. His 6-day-long speech has fatigued his audience, yet he appears completely unaffected. He raises his hand, and all around him immediately fall silent. He begins to speak with a smile. A 6-day-long speech. Surely all of us know that this is the end. As such, I shall not be discussing the meaning of love or proclaiming my forgiveness to you for all the mistakes you have made and all that you've put me through. What I shall now discuss is the future. The future of a blind, illiterate man. Preposterous. Yo, she's a baddie. We must keep in mind that recounting history is a most noble power, and such power can easily blind us. For 2 decades, His Imperial Majesty has shared his glory with his subjects, yet they have never made the necessary precautions to accept his blessings. I have never once doubted the Tsar's kindness. I'm assuming I'm going to find out what all this means soon. You know, as always, a little confused, but they usually catch us up to what's going on as we keep going. So I'm gonna just keep going with it right now. However, a kindness that is out of time may as well be poison. No doubt the rebellious armies and the northern tundra infected have proven my point. The despicable villains raised their rebellious heads and spilled their vile blood on these holy lands. The arrogant scholars proclaim that they have mastered the truth, yet their harmful words feed on the souls of the innocent like wicked worms. Tsar is basically the emperor. Okay, Tsar is the emperor. And I know that this name, Urodstvo. This ignorant arrogance propagated like wildfire. For this, the masses have forgotten what it means to be humble. The empire has forgotten what it means to be kind. Now our grand empire and her citizens find themselves alienated from one another. I can see the past and the future. Not because I am wise, I'm only a fool. Rather, the trajectory of the future is already written in the trails of the past. I do not regret revealing to the masses the future that I saw. Even if I must stand trial for this, I have no choice but to spread this prophecy. I saw the end of Ursus. I saw the fall of the great empire, of a great empire. And that is why I'm standing here today. I ask His Imperial Majesty, the Tsar, to prevent all this. If my worthless life is a price to accomplish this, then please, by all means. If even more blood needs to be spilled to cleanse Ursus of its filth, then I beg His Imperial Majesty to spill it, for an even greater cause, and for Ursus's eternal glory. Once this trial is over, no matter the sentence, I shall begin my sacred journey. Again and again, I shall extol the virtues of humility in an attempt to restore our unity and the Empire's glory. Perhaps you think of me an arrogant man overstepping my place, but I lead no armies and make no laws. Perhaps you think I'm fatally ill, but I'm not a madman, nor am I out of my mind. My hands are emptier than even those of the junkmen. My clothes are more tattered than even those of the infected. All I've done, my mistake, is to see a different history and to hear different voices than others. The traditions that drive us never to whitewash our pain. Long buried deep underground, will again be unearthed. The cries that compel us never to attempt diminishing this cruelty, long fallen silent, will again ring loud and clear. When that time finally arrives, perhaps our great nation's future will change for the better. All angers will be quelled, all sins will be forgiven, and all pain, all of it, will be assuaged. Define assuaged. Not massage. Is a past tense and past principle of assuage, meaning to make unpleasant feelings like fears, guilt, or grief less intense, or to satisfy appetites. It signifies calming, alleviating, or soothing, such as assuaged fears or assuaged hunger. Okay. It's a Russian title. That's not what I was just told. Oh, you were talking about Tsar. Okay, my bad. By the purity of patience. Quick, run. Keep running and don't look back, just like the others. At some sort of war? No. I thought we were going to be in the middle of a war situation. No, we won't get away. We can't run from this. Even if we make it out of Ursus, nothing but death awaits. Stop breathing so hard. You're going to breathe the snow in and choke. Indeed, he would choke on his blood. Yeah, man, there's no getting away from these blades, man. What? How'd you break free so fast? No way, impossible. You are a clever one, but it's not enough. The illusion you cast on me was rooted in your own experiences to a certain extent. Your mistake was not realizing that putting us through the pain in your illusion is like trying to shift mountains with a feather. At the very least, this demonstrated your power. You have what it's needed to become its replacement. I told you I don't know a thing about you or your demonic power testing, and I'm not interested. This is not an invitation, it's an ultimatum. Of course, you have been able to save them not once, but not twice, but 3 times before I tried this. Before I tired of this, sorry. But I tire of this charade now. Stay back unless you want to take away my corpse. Your voice is no longer calm. You're beginning to doubt yourself. What is the price to the use of the Yevrodstvo? Jesus Christ, that takes processing power just to say. Yevrodstvo's power when you are not one. I don't understand what you're getting at. All things have a price, and you are nearing your end. Perhaps we're going to die together at that end. Why does he think that he can take down a blade? Just us. So you did not hear them, or perhaps you simply do not have the energy left to notice more. Do you not hear the sound of the footsteps on the snow? You're trying to save these people, even if it means sacrificing yourself to kill us. Yet you are unable to hear that they are only meaningless parasites. They are never willing to stray too far from their homeland. They claim to be unwilling to turn their backs on their motherland and hold on to the meagerest glimmer of hope. If they choose to run, they intentionally slow their steps or even turn back to face their deaths. By leaving this place, they will become unable to confirm their own existence, even if this existence would bring them nothing but despair. Unfortunately, your warning is meaningless. What? Just as you told them, do not look back. Okay, what's going on? What is going on? I don't wish to bring Ursus a Yevrodstvo, whose bodily functions are ruined. This will waste a lot of time. Even with your abilities, it's hardly a fair deal. Thus, again, I recommend that you give up and come with me. I'll say it again. I have no idea what a Yevrodstvo is, and I have no interest in becoming one. Besides, even if I go with you, what about the infected, the ones you chased into a dead end? They have their own destiny to walk. No, perhaps you should speak your mind more clearly. I said no. I need to. There's a silence and tension all around. A complete sentence has yet to surface out of the ether, and the snow continues to fall around them. But the black entity has stopped marching forward. Before the next cluster of snow even touches the ground, a dark mist has already begun to spread. Stay. He suddenly loses the urge to continue forward. Wait. Something is stopping the blade from wanting to move forward? This black mist? The other half of his cognition, stripped of reason, waits for the sight he saw earlier to reappear. The same trick won't work. Okay, this is what he did on him before. The same trick won't work twice. But nothing. There is nothing. There's only the inexplicable pause, the pitch black substance endlessly emanating from him, and the thick dust accumulating from the mist. Almost like there's black snow falling. What? But the demon inside of me has but a slight leak. Yet, you are able to use my power to shackle me? Interesting. I'm just using the illusion in that filth trapped in your body. I'm just using the illusion in that filth trapped in your body to make you face yourself. No more meaningless struggles. Else you will die in your own dominion. Now sleep. There's no way. Who is this guy? Jose Moy. This. Boy, are you okay? Is that black monster still coming after us? He won't chase you anymore. What? Quick, get out of here. Head south before he comes to. And don't you turn back again. You have to leave this place if you want to live. What are you talking about? He won't chase us anymore. What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying you managed to convince that unreasonable itch? Enough, go. Go where? The preacher told us before, those who turn their backs on the motherland can scarcely be called human. We don't want that. We don't want to turn our backs on the Tsar, on Ursus, and you. You managed to get him to stop chasing us, you saved us, and you accomplished the impossible, but you still won't tell us your name. Just who are you? That's not important. Or are you perhaps the Yurudzvo who vanished long ago? What? But the Yurudzvo should be in the splendiferous places of the deity Greifersberg. Jesus, why am I putting an I in there? At the Svar's side. No. Right. If you don't belong here, then this blessing received is a stolen one. In that case, it's only fair that we're punished for it. We must endure. We must persevere. We must be silent. But we haven't been able to do any of that. Even so, you protected these sinful souls. In that case, you must be the Yurudzvo. Otherwise, you wouldn't have the kindness and compassion to offer the infected a helping hand as equals. In that case, there's only one name you could bear. And that name you don't want us phrasing. The name shared by all Yurudzvos. Gabrielis? Okay. I am confused. I think I've seen this image that's about to show us. Gabrielis? All the infected? That's crazy. It's the Yurudzvo. Our Yurudzvo has returned. The Yurudzvo? Like the one in the tails? Is it the Yurudzvo that Mama said would love us even if we had the stone disease? Even if it's not by our side? Yes, it's her. She has returned. She defeated the villains and saved us. That's something only the Yurudzvo could do. The Yurudzvo has saved us. Yurudzvo. The boisterous crowd and their hands all gushing towards her. They keep pushing and pulling like waves splashing upon a beach. All in an attempt to so much as touch the corner of their idol's shirt, even if her attire is hardly any different from the tattered clothing they're all wearing. Fully surrounded, she is no longer able to prop herself up or think. The moment her knees twitch and fall to the snow, she seems as though she is going to collapse and pass out right here and now. But she can't. Not here. The royal guard is still here, and those executioners who want to use her to kill even more people are still here. She can't close her eyes. She can't give up just yet. That moment, she even seems to think that her tongue is once again working with her mouth to clearly enunciate her words. However, her body simply curls up quietly and gets smaller and smaller. She endures it until the pain subsides. Yurudzvo. She is not the Yurudzvo. Yet, there's a price to pay. And despite being the one mistaken for the Yurudzvo, she doesn't know what's the price she has to pay for this absurd charade. Sometimes not knowing the price is itself a price. Mantra, what's wrong? Okay, so I'm assuming this is where we're going to start getting some understanding of what's going on. or at least we're getting to a point where we might start getting some answers. The leader's quiet voice suddenly echoes in all of the Rhodes Islanders' minds. Everyone stop. Repeat, everyone stop immediately. The area ahead is demonically corrupted. Demonic corruption? That was mantra in case that wasn't obvious. Wait, on the ground like this? That was mantra? No, that wasn't obvious. I didn't even think that was the same character. Demonic corruption here? But aren't we 1/3 of an Ursus away from Sami? How could this possibly... Doctor? This may not be a normal demonic corruption. Dominion? Gabrielis? Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Dominion. Radiant Squad last known coordinates should be around here. According to the timestamp of the signal sent back to the city, they last sent out a message 10 days ago. The laboratory she mentioned is roughly 3 kilometers up ahead. Monster, have you faced the Royal Guard before? That's what Mantra felt when using her arch the first time. Got it. Are you able to analyze anything here? They talked about her tongue wasn't working. Mantra can only talk through her arts, which was mentioned a few times before now. The hair and cut to her were also supposed to be giveaways. All right, so the reason why I wouldn't know that is because Mantra, through what I've seen, I have not seen too much of her in previous stories. I've seen her used as like a way to progress the plot a little bit, but I have not seen too much of her in the previous stories. Now I do remember them saying that that she can only talk through her arts, but I thought that was only when she was using her arts. I didn't know that she couldn't speak at all. So yeah, I didn't have that full understanding of how she works. So yeah, no, I didn't know that was her. I thought this was going to be a completely different character that was going to be important later or something. Monster, are you able to analyze anything here? I'm gonna go with the Royal Guard one. I'm looking. Based on the scale and shape of the corruption, this is likely to be caused by Dominion. Right. A fight against the Royal Guard probably took place here. It's strange, though. For such an intense battle, there aren't any traces of arts nearby. I understand. You're worried, Doctor. I understand you are worried, Doctor, but knowing Radian, she would definitely have tried to leave tracks we could decipher. At the very least, this explains something happened here that called for the Royal Guard's involvement. Clearly, that the Grand Duchess is hiding something from us. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the first one. Radiant Squad might be in an extremely dangerous predicament. Radiant Squad might be involved in whatever happened here. Kind of the same. She was in Babel, where we could see her for the first time on screen. Yes. But you haven't read that in a long time, so that's why I was saying, yeah, I remember that. They just used her to advance the plot in Babel, right? And then I also believe they used her in chapter 15 as well. Before the situation with Priestess. So I remember. It's just I haven't had too much exposure to the character in any story capacity. Correct. Whether they were going after Radiant or the laboratory, it seems we need to pick up the pace. Okay. So that was the first time she used her power or her arts. Noted. Is this just a mission because it doesn't have any? Okay, let's try to change this up a little bit. Let's try to change this up just a bit. All right, who haven't I used much of during this whole thing? Let's go mountain. Let's go mountain wherever he is. Yep, mountain and silver ash. Bagpipe. Another decent vanguard that I could use. I could use Texas. I use Inez too. So what do we have right now? We have 2 guards, 2 vanguards. We need some range. Yes, someone earlier said it was the first time, so that's what. Caster. Caster. Sniper. Oh, damn it. Caster. Where's Click? Caster. Sniper. I've never used this version of Kroos before. I'm just trying to change it up so I'm not using the same stuff.
We all have our roles to play. Use my abilities as best you see fit.
When necessary, you'll see a more familiar side of me.
Sure. I guess some defenders. What does she do again? Sloan.
Getting this crew together wasn't easy.
Not sure if this is even gonna do anything, but we're gonna see. We need to find a safe route to. Okay, so I thought there wasn't gonna be any story here. We need to find a safe route to the research institute. I love the animated CG too, the live 2D. It looks like my equipment's not working right. It can't detect the precise range of the contamination. I think this is the miner's accommodation. The real danger here might be whoever's still around, really. This is demonic contamination we're talking about. Captain says there's no trace of any mental activity in the entire mine, human or animal. At the very least, the contamination hasn't blocked the way to the Institute. It's mostly headed south, actually. We can swing a detour around the north. It'll take us roughly 3 hours longer than the original plan, but the time loss will be manageable. Wow. I've been thinking this for a while now, but you two work really well together. Elysium and Mantra have been working together for many years. You could say that I'm Rhodes Island's most experienced operator when it comes to working with the captain. Elysium. It takes a lot out of her to speak. So if it's not an emergency, I get to be the one passing on the message. So what do you think, Doctor? If we set off now, we should make it before sunset. Not that the sun sets in Ursa's far north this time of year. We set off right now. Oh, you again. Eloysius. Don't fall behind now, Eloysius. Sorry, I was just inspecting the mine equipment. Nothing to do with our travels together. What's going on? Why'd you stop for so long? According to the map, we're very close to the Institute. Don't tell me you found something. It's traces of Dominion. The Royal Guard was here. You don't seem shocked. Hope you're not insinuating I'm hiding something. Gasofsa? Shut up, okay? Or I'd be very hurt. I hope you share any pertinent information with us, at least while we are collaborating. What do you know about the whereabouts of the Royal Guard? First of all, only the Tsar himself has the authority to know the comings and goings of the Royal Guard, let alone a lowly sergeant such as myself. But honestly speaking, after the illustrious Grand Duchess of the Far North declared martial law and shut down the mines, the Royal Guard showing up would not be much of a shock. Then, if they're already conducting an investigation of their own here, where does that leave you? You're a clever one, aren't you? The news of abnormal infected miners in Central Far North have made waves, and many are curious. Naturally, while most Ursian have a right to curiosity, they do not have the same right to information. Please understand that as a sergeant, I am limited in what I am allowed to say. I hope my explanation will not cause too much confusion, Amiya. No, it's fine. I understand the position you're in. I've never minced words about how this job could improve the resume. Sorry, I'm just thinking about some of the stuff that's happened there a little earlier. I've never minced words about how this job could improve the resume of an Imperial Guardswoman like me, though I did imagine it being much easier. Anyhow, that dream is dead. The Royal Guard being involved is a bad omen, no matter how you look at it. If that's the case, are you still set on traveling with us? Of course. I chose to take on this task, and quitting halfway would hardly be the decent thing to do. Before we continue onwards, shall we reaffirm our trust in one another? I look forward to our continued cooperation, just like the time we met. Brisk, far north Ursus, 3 days ago. Elysium, give us some direction. Myrda, the signal's all laggy. It's like there's something interfering with our encrypted frequency. Whatever, not important. 10 guardsmen to your west, turn right at the next crossing. What are you talking about? The west is on our right. Did I say right? Do you see the city hall? Go in the opposite direction. I see it. But the crossing ahead is where the plates are disconnected. What? There's nothing like that on this stupid map. Well, you're practically surrounded by guards, so that's your only way out. Got it. Can you keep up, Amiya? I can. Hold on tight, Doctor. Doing my best here. Your best isn't good enough. Fine, I'll hold on to you instead. Is this when she's running with the... Am I remembering the right one? The right mission? or the right story? Monster, phew. You alright, Doctor? I've gotten pretty used to it by now. Next time I can try running by myself. Glad you're doing well. Guess I can relax then. We've arrived at the designated location, Elysium. Elysium? Don't stop moving. There's guards. The line cut out. The terminal says Elysium's still moving, but we don't have any way to reestablish communication. Oh, that was masses travel. Okay. It's like short-range comms have been unstable ever since we entered Brisk. There's also no way of telling if it's because of the far north's extreme weather or human interference. Why would Brest send so many guards to detain inner-city merchants? It is rather strange. There haven't been any issues with ID cards closure forged for us. We're not the ones they're watching out for. Maybe they're watching us for different reasons. Yeah, let's go for that. But putting that aside, Brisk is supposed to be a quiet city. This isn't anything like the intelligence we had. If this goes on, we won't make it into the mining district. Doctor, shouldn't we rendezvous with Mantra's team and discuss? Finally, Doctor, finally got you. Keep moving. There are guards heading your way. I think I figured that out. Thanks. Yep, too late. They're fast. Get behind me, Amiya. No, don't engage. All right, interloping scum. Damn. Hands up. Let's take a deep breath here. What laws have we violated to cause such a fuss? You trespassed in the industrial zone and attempted to infiltrate a private factory, violating Brisk's migration regulations and Ursine's urban public security measures. Could I ask you to reconfirm, sir? When we entered the city, we never heard anything about prohibition on foreigners entering the industrial zone. It's a new regulation. Went into effect just after you reached. Damn, just after they reached it. Okay, you're corrupt as fuck. You will be detained under the law, and then public security will decide if you are to be deported or exiled, considering your circumstances. If we inadvertently violated Brest's new regulation, then I deeply apologize. We're just here to look for an inner city merchant. It was stated clearly in the itinerary declaration we submitted upon entry to the city. Save it for public security. There may be a way for both of us to save time here. I believe Brest, the pearl of the far north, treats its guests well. Enough of that. I don't give a damn. I'm just doing my job. Sir, this way. No, sir, we can't delay any longer. I'm sorry. You see Amiya shift her body. Sorry. The phone keeps thinking I'm talking to it. Surreptitiously protecting you. Monster observes your surroundings, looking for a way out. You don't know how things work around here. Get them. Are you sure you want to do this? Yeah. A monster don't play no games, okay? What are you standing around for? Get in there already. What, can't even handle a little feline girl? Sir, look behind him. That looks like they spit it out already. The Imperial Guard. Urenda. Those pretentious bastards should be in Greifersburg. What would they be doing in Brest with those clothes? I am terribly sorry, sir, but I'm afraid she's right this time. You. Aloysius? I'm not even going to try. Sergeant of the Imperial Guard. Vanguard Battalion. Here from Deity Greifersburg. What are you playing at? I have a simple request for you. Overlook this little breach of protocol and release our pitiful guests. You're with them? Unfortunately, they are indeed my friends. Since you are now aware of my history with them, surely you'll do me this favor, yes? We're a long way from Greifersburg. Why should I care about that? Because I stopped by public security and filed out all the paperwork. The young Ursus waved some papers in her hand. The dusky gloom of a polar night. None can clearly see what is written on them. But if I were you, sir, I wouldn't play around with my future like that. There are many lost travelers, but rarely a chance to curry favor with the Imperial Guard. Yes. May I ask your name or your service number? All right, Sergeant. I'll report all this to public security. You may go. May your authority be as eternally glorious as the Tsar himself. Thank you for the kind words, sir. But none has as glory. Here we go. But none has as eternal a glory as his Imperial Majesty. The rest of us will have to leave the stage when the time comes. Well, I'll be off with our guests for now. Thank you for helping us get out of that sticky situation, ma'am, but why exactly did you... Shh, they're still close by. My cute little goddess, you may call me Aloysius. Ma'am is too formal, while guardswoman or girl is too crude. I believe names are what's best for our current relationship. Thank you for the help, Aloysius. They most likely thought you were ordinary traders, easy to shake down for a quick chevanets or two. Same way they treat Colombian sightseers. But you're hardly tourists or traders now, are you? Let's cut to the chase. Good, good. I appreciate your candor. I'll answer your questions, but not here. Once you have gathered your friends, we can go somewhere far from prying eyes and ears. We don't have much time. Relax, I won't be wasting your time. This is all in service of your goal. Well, here we are. Where is here? An abandoned apartment. As far as I know, the guards don't care for these nigh empty old districts. An empty plate may sound wasteful, but it is true. No matter how the deity Greifersburg times tried to cover it up, it is a widely known fact that the population of the far northern cities have been dwindling these last few years. As time goes by, this place becomes deserted, and the plate will be discarded, left to rust in the wilderness like the other abandoned plates. Aloysius, we need to know exactly why you came looking for us, now ideally. Yeah, nothing's changed. She just looks a little cuter. That's... Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed at all. Vigilant stare. Can I ask everyone to lighten up a little, please? There are a lot of you and only one of me. What kind of threat could I possibly pose to people of your caliber? Could I ask the Phidia ladies? Phidia. Standing outside the door to tell your friends I'm not lying. Captain says there's no one else here. The district is safe. Choosing this place to talk means you also need to be covert. A friend of mine used to live here. She had hoped to achieve her dream of completing a saga for the Ursine people, but was defeated by a frigid cold. She is doing very well in Greifersburg, I should add. But thanks to her, we have this place to shelter both from the cold wind and from the people snooping around. I'm sure I'm not the only one here who wants to stay out of the trouble. Firstly, Since I've already introduced myself, may I have the pleasure of knowing your names? We come from Victoria and still insisting that you went to the industrial zone to meet with the inner city merchant, a widow who goes by the name of Olga. A very reliable cover story, one now full of vast majority of the city's port officials. But no matter how you put it, it is rare for a commercial party in a nomadic city to be using military-grade encrypted communications. It was you intercepting our communications. No, I would never do something so crude. Yeah, she's sketch. She's very sketch. It may have been the Aurora or the recently upgraded defense equipment. You truly are unlucky coming to Brest during the most interesting times it has ever seen. I have been honest on my part. If you still have things you wish to keep hidden, then I am afraid we have to break things off here. Rhodes Island. See, honesty isn't so painful, is it? Rhodes Island. I've heard this name mentioned many times while investigating the infected rumors from all across the land. Based on what I've pieced together from these tales, you lot are the stuff of legends. But no matter how true they are, the most recent instance I've encountered your name was in a paper you published about the aberrant changes in the infected. They're referencing what happened in the last chapter, right? Near the end. I forget the girl's name, but before she died, right? The one that not Closure. What is the vampire girl's name? The one that she was taking care of before I think so, yeah. Okay, yeah. God, her name slips by me, man. Yeah, the infected are now showing weird changes, and even their arts are evolving. Yeah. Yeah, and she was the first sign of all of that, and they distributed information about that, right? Yeah, I remember. And this water is amazing right now. You don't strike me as a colleague in the field. I never thought you'd be interested in neuropathy studies. Yeah, that's the one I'm gonna go for. Pardon me for letting you down. But not every newly minted Grifferberg noble is an uneducated... Okay, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant by that. There is not a nation on this land that can overlook the infected question. Through their policies, and answering it may differ. Anyone with a modicum of common sense, modicum of common sense would know just how important this scientific achievement of yours is. But there's one thing I'm curious about. Despite this groundbreaking discovery, Rhodes Island has kept a low profile instead of using it to do more business. This doesn't explain how you knew of our whereabouts. Is that why you came to find us? Oh, that could be easily explained. I think anyone who goes this far into the far north central mining district right now is doing it for the same reason. You mean you also want in? What? Do you not? We need to get in. Sure enough, you don't have a way into the mining district, and as it turns out, I have a need for some neuropathy specialists. The perfect recipe for cooperation. So you want us to go into the district with you? Of course. The authorities here will not look kindly on some Greiferberg sticking her nose in far northern affairs, after all. As things are, your cover as merchants would do you no good, nor will it help me, so let's forget all the masks and red tape and shake hands right here. That is one solution to all of our problems. But what is it you want to do in the district, and what do you need from us? Was I not clear? I'm hoping Rhodes Island will accompany me into the mining district to collaborate on an investigation into the infected affair. The infected affair? What exactly are you referring to? Oh, my dear, sweet, naive little goddess. My patience has its limits, you know. There is no time to be playing dumb. No, that is a serious question. We lost contact with one of our mobile medical teams. in the far north central mining district, and we need to find them. We really have no idea what this infected affair is, and I hope you will elaborate. You went into the district just for... Wait, so you really don't know? That's impossible. To my knowledge, you've built many more medical posts all across Ursus in the past few years. Simple doubt replaces the suspicion on the young woman's face, before finally shifting to a sudden realization. She understands how her assumptions have led her astray. No, you just said medical mobile team. No fixed offices means no steady access to a network of contacts with the latest intelligence. I don't know what issues Rhodes Island is currently facing, but it seems the information you have is limited. And because this is Ursus, you have been unable to do much because of your lack of information, you've been blindly running into walls this whole time, haven't you? I was too impatient. Does it have to do with Brisk's current state of affairs? We really don't know what this infected affair is. Forget it. Forget I said anything. That favor before was free of charge. No need to thank me. Wait, the very fact that you came looking for us means that that there is a possibility we can work together on this. Could you not tell us exactly what happened in the mining district? I really should have thought things through more before making a choice. And here I was thinking you were racking your brains on how to enter the district upon hearing the news. You should know that this information is worth quite a lot on the black market. We're not that kind of organization, but that doesn't matter right now. We have a natural reason to be invested in anything to do with the infected. That's why you came looking for us, wasn't it? Please tell us. Fine. Since I'm already here, I might as well do something, even if it's just for some infected. The infected are Ursine citizens too. You are correct. Precious little goddess. I can hear her. Warfarin, thank you. That's the girl's name that I was looking for earlier. The vampire. I can hear her accent as she's saying this. It's precious little goddess. I can't do it, but the infected are indeed Ursines. And that is before we mention those miners that the Tsar personally promised life, not survival. The miners are the backbones of Ursus, keeping its war machines running. A fact that those corrupt old nobles and their puppets haven't realized yet. But even they must know that Ursus must change. My word, what am I even babbling about? Good thing those sharp-tongued, poison-spitting colleagues of mine aren't here, or they would laugh at me into my grave. You should not feel ashamed for this. Spoken words like spilled sissy milk, that's nasty. They freeze solid in this weather. So what is this infected affair? It sounds like it has to do with the infected miners. Listen, if you dare leak any of this, you have my word that no matter what you have to say, we would not disclose it. There's no benefit to making an enemy out of Ursus. We know that well. Give me a moment. I need to figure out where to start. You know, of course, that Brest borders the far north central mining district and is also the largest nomadic city in the north of Ursus. This means the city administrates a total of 30,000 square kilometers worth of mines scattered across the far north, alongside 200,000 infected. What issues arise in this sort of system? We are familiar with the basic facts of this place. Don't look at me like that. Sorry, I knew this sort of talk would anger you. That's not what I'm actually, okay. I'm trying to get more information. I'm choosing the wrong option to get more information. But the Tsar does not wish for these infected miners to be treated as cheap labor. On the contrary, his decrees have shown a lot of care for the people of Brest. Things have been going rather smoothly in the city these past few years. until 3 months ago. Yes, this is where your company's area of expertise comes in, along with that paper. 3 months ago, large numbers of abnormal infected were discovered in the central mining district. Abnormal infected. Their symptoms were very similar to the ones described in your paper. 3 months ago, wasn't that? Are they talking about the ones that have been like granted power by priestess? Not power. I don't know how to explain this. The one who has been relieved of their pain, because they're not talking about the same exact symptoms that the girl that Warfarin was looking after was exhibiting. Huh. That's the reason why Brisk is under martial law. Yeah. Hired stuff. Yeah, that. The ones with the priestess what's the word that starts with an R? Rhombus. The priestess Rhombus. How many abnormal infected are there in the district? That's the question. Right now, nobody knows just how many normal infected are left in the central mining district. I assume yes, but there's a chance that there's a different mutation. I assume in this moment. Huh. Another.
Compassion saves no one on the
Wait,
battlefield.
miners too?
On alert! Go ahead. I'm all here. I am.
My speed and I hail from Victoria.
Picked out your bait yet?
Orders, please. Bravery shall overcome.
Nothing can mask the scent of despair.
Standing by.
I won't let them go any further.
Oh, is it my turn? Stand still.
Illusion and intimidation are my tactics too.
I have the wrong skill on here. Yeah, I do.
Never underestimate the enemy.
Acknowledged.
Where to? Warm up's over.
Let's get to work.
I don't really got to do much now. Not throwing in waves of enemies yet, so they're probably going to be able to just finish this.
Mission accomplished.
Phew. I've managed to live up to the reputation of this uniform once more.
Vina gave us some Victoria experiencing some. Wait, Victoria gave us some information from Victoria experiencing similar mutation and infected and infected on Rhodes Island, we're also starting to experience mutations, as Eloises just said. Ursus infected are also mutating. So this isn't like anything spreading or anything. It's just like a mutation that's happening to all to a lot of. You read that wrong in a few ways. That's fine. Yeah, because to my understanding, it's almost like some strange infected just happened to make their way into Ursus. That's how I read that. Ever since chapter 14, infected have all started to mutate. Oh, all of them. Okay. Okay.
Okay. I never did get used to the stench of war.
Okay, what are we about to learn? A strange pollution covers this place. There are invisible enemies hidden within. Oh no. They take this invisible enemies thing far every time. I can't act when I can't see what's going on inside. Operators cannot be. Oh, now I can't even deploy inside this area too. It'd be nice to have someone who's familiar with the environment. Are you our rescue? The strange pollution is still spreading. We know the area. We can help you deal with it. The problem is those heavily polluted facilities. Destroy them to clear them.
I'll leave the support to you. Extend my edge.
Miners automatically attack enemies. Some enemies may be attacked by multiple miners. The limitations of the environment mean that the battle is likely to grind to a stalemate. Medic operators can heal miners in range, though, with lesser effect. So we can also heal the miners too. Okay, that's cool.
Let's chill down some hotheads. My bodily fluids aren't the only thing that's chilling. Focus fire!
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Come to help, but it doesn't look like there are any good places. Or we can clean up the rocks. Thank you for your help. Let's do this together. Oh, they can clean these up too? That's fire.
My bodily fluids aren't the only thing that's chilling. Let the world burn! Forward. Open fire! Roger. Keep screaming!
I wasn't even paying attention to up here. That caught me off guard a little bit.
No need to clean up the battlefield. Okay, then we're done here.
Okay, we got 15 minutes left that I can continue, and then we're gonna have to continue tomorrow morning. And like I said, we're gonna start trying to make this a little bit more regular instead of spreading some of this stuff out. So it could be probably tonight, tomorrow morning, and tomorrow night. If not tonight, then it'll be tomorrow morning for sure. So we're gonna just continue doing this. Okay, we're going back. Any clues on the sarcophagus? The very latest activity we know of involving the sarcophagus came after Chernobyl Lungman incident. We, the Ursan government, retrieved the entire system. As for what they plan to do with it, they've been keeping it under tighter wraps than ever. There's nothing more about it in Khalsid's records. It's not like we can directly ask the Ursan government to borrow it. Do we have any other way of finding its location? Looking at the official register made after the Chernobyl Research Institute was destroyed, there were no survivors other than the Sergei. We did manage to find some clues when looking into what happened to him afterwards. He had established a new institute to continue researching the sarcophagus. In the short period of time that the institute was operating, one name really stood out to us. Artyom Chadeyev. Artyom Chadeyev. He was vice director at Sergei's institute, but he's a complete ghost with no verifiable academic or political background to speak of. We may be able to make a rational deduction that this man has had a special connection to Sergei, that this man has a special connection to the Institute with Sergei. No matter what his connection may be, he might be the key to our breakthrough. So we need to find this Artyom. No, things get a little bit more complicated from here on out. He's proven to be very hard to track ever since Sergei's Institute was shut down. According to Khalsid's intelligence, he died of a heart failure in Greiferberg Imperial Sanatorium last winter. He maintained a good relationship with Ursus to his last. Maybe we can look into the people who knew him. Great idea. That's what I was thinking too. There is another researcher who had a connection to Artyom. Ksenia Markovna Nelidova. Ksenia Markovna Nelidova. Jesus, these names, man. We have a lot more detail on her background. Before the sarcophagus incident, she had briefly served as Ilya's assistant at the Chernobyl Research Institute and had crossed paths with Khalsid. Recent intelligence indicates that she is currently in the Ursan far north, working at the Central Mining District Laboratory, administered by the city of Brest. That's where Artyom's final letters were sent. It doesn't sound like a particularly reasonable clue, but it's the only clue we've got. We should go to the Research Institute and find her. I have to remind you, Doctor, while we're all determined to bring Khalsid back, we must thoroughly evaluate the risks of every mission. Rhodes Island cannot bear any more losses, but I'll go. Ready? Earth has always been a dangerous place, and we've had very little intelligence for this mission. and there are many important decisions the Doctor and Amiya must make while Rhodes Island is being rebuilt. Radiant, I know you're a capable young woman now, Amiya, but that is exactly why you need to stay here and handle your most important tasks. The latest news from Laterano is also worrying, and the Doctor will need to see to it personally. Allowing Rhodes Island to steady its footing in our new home is our top priority. You're right. If it were just an infiltration mission, then Misery's team would be the best choice, but information gathering is my team's specialty. Besides, there's no one better to send back to Ursus than me, is there? You make some real compelling arguments, Radian, but it's your decision, Doctor. Stay safe, Radian. Rhodes Island cannot lose anyone else. We will. We'll act with caution as a mobile medical team. The rest of you, take care of yourselves while we're out, okay? Laterano, shut up. Shut up, okay, with your Laterano, okay? Don't worry, we're gonna go back and finish it. I promise. Of course. I hope that all of you come home safe. Comey and her Laterano. Oh my god. I shall meditate and share in his pain. One man's pain is everyone's pain. One man's sin is everyone's sin. May sinners repent with all their heart. May their sins be forgiven and their souls find salvation. Ooh, red sky. That's not a good sign. Oh no. Oh my. It's okay. Babushka. Don't be scared. It's Uchitel Rankin. He's chased away the patrol unit chasing us. We're safe for now. Yes, for now. Where else can we go? Where must we go to find shelter? Babushka. Babushka. Are you hungry? I'll go ask Holly for another piece of bread. I'm fine. You're such a sweet child, but I really am. Go see Rankin. He's done so much, his spirit is nearly worn away. Go see him. Do not let it be burned any more than he already is. Ichtel. Under the twilight sky, the young man's stern countenance eases. The cold soon cools the warm blood staining his pickaxe. The enemy before him is completely routed. Don't kill me. You're not allowed to do anything to me. I surrendered. But we haven't accepted that surrender. Tell me, how many of these squads are pursuing us? Short. I don't know. Every patrol unit is independent. We don't talk to each other. Tell me something I don't know, or I'll have no reason to let you live. Oh my god. Wait, don't. Listen to me. The chips you have in you. The diagnostic chips. Chips. Oh, they have like chips in them, like computer chips. You mean the ones used to check how infected we are? Rankin the noble, Rankin the hero. Are you really so naive? Those chips send you your chips send your coordinates to the mine's research facility and nearby guard posts. The moment you try and leave the mining district, or the chip leaves your body. Boom. Losing a single leg would be lucky. Losing both is definitely possible. You won't be running anywhere like that. Just give up already, Rankin. You think you can leave this mine by killing a patrol unit? There's nowhere to go. Ursus will chase you forever. Surrender. It's the only way you won't die a miserable death. Don't listen to him, Rankin. If the chips really did blow up, we'd have a bunch of three-legged burden beasts walking around. The patrol units are worse than bastards. An honest one of them is like an apid in winter. I got to know them before I became infected. You've done You've done enough today, Renkin. Leave this one to me. No, stop killing people. We don't need to. Nobody's badly hurt. Ichito, let him go. Get back, Berochiki. What's the point in showing a man like him mercy? It was these bastards who killed Paulina, all because she was caring for an unregistered child. She was pregnant when they hanged her. Have you forgotten all the terrible things they've done? Thank you, Berochiki. I remember you. You were the meekest of all the children. You will have a happy ending, even if the rest of you scum dead. At least I didn't let her bleed out slowly in the snow. Stand up, Berochiki. Go to the back and find that doctor for me. Paul, go get Nikto, and tell him to gather everyone who wants to leave the mining district. Oh, are they all gonna die at the same time because of those chips? Get them ready. We need those chips out of us. You believe what that guy said? Doesn't matter. We need the chips out of our bodies. Even if they don't explode, they definitely transmit our location. Patrol units have already found us once. We don't know when the next squad will show up. If this keeps on, we'll be on the back foot the entire time. All right, I'll get it done. Ichito, you promised me. Oh, you're still here. I didn't promise you anything, Berochiki. Besides, if the rest of the bastards in his units are dead, why should he be any exception? Because of his arrogance? Because of his ridicule? No, never mind. You wouldn't understand. Forget what I just said. Right, take this. What is it? A stopwatch. I found it in the Institute. Should still work. When we get a minute, I'll teach you how to use it. From now on, you won't need to live your life counting meaningless numbers. Worrying about a miscount of people leaving dead in the mines. At least for now, go, Berochiki. Go help me find her. Ichito. Your hand is shaking. Hush. Go do what you have to do. At least let me. Pray that your soul can be saved. Even though you've seen how these men treat us. And seen how I killed them. Yes. Do not be so quick to bless others. Or to forgive them, Berochiki. Me included. Now go already. We don't have time. It's such a gloomy atmosphere. Renkin. Hello, Serafina. Though we have not known each other for long, I want to believe that since your medical team was willing to come to such a remote place to treat the infected, you are people I can trust. I am sorry that I now have no choice but to ask for your help. Please go ahead, as long as it's something I can help with. I just learned that inside every miner there is a tracking chip that could explode at any moment. We need a way to extract them so that we can escape the patrol units. I am prepared to serve as a test subject myself. If it is successful, please perform the surgery on the others. If it does unfortunately explode, then I hope you'll be able to give me first aid. If I die, then I ask you to tell everyone waiting for me about this. Now, I must ask you to leave. No, let me do an examination first, may I? Go ahead. I do regret to inform you these chips really could explode. They contain miniaturized high-powered originium bombs. If the chip does not receive an electrical signal from the local district relay or the human body, it will trigger an explosion. If you hope to get everyone out of this district, then you must remove those chips. Amazing. Is this your arts at work? Of course. I may be able to temporarily copy the signal to fool the receiver, but I must warn you, this still carries a great deal of risk. You can't afford to wait for a perfect solution. Your idea is good enough. One moment then. Radian starts using her arts, causing beams of energy to resonate at the same frequency as the chip's receiver. Rankin nods and sits down, grasping the hilt of his dagger. It is cold, smooth, and solid as he rubs it against the calluses of his palms. You best back away from me a bit, Doctor. That won't be happening. This is the first time I've tried it, so I need to observe it in real time. I can guide your hand using nerve impulses. Take care not to detonate the chip. Incredible. It is a shame that we didn't meet sooner. I hope we can still have a chance to chat after this. Rankin wipes his dagger with some alcohol, pointing its blade at the scar on his leg before plunging it into his flesh. Phew, it worked, right? The youthful miner nearly leaps up, forgetting the cut on his leg is oozing blood. Calm down, your wound needs dressing. Of course, thank you, Doctor. I owe you my life. You're truly amazing, and I've never seen a physician as skilled as you. You even remind me of an Ursine shoulder. What do you mean by that? Sorry, please do not misunderstand me. This is the highest praise I can think of. I mean true Ursine shoulders, not those patrol unit brutes. The ones who drove off the invading Nightmora and freed us from the tyrannical hippogriffs. They were true heroes. Oh yes, have you read Igor Velinsky's biography? I'm struggling with these names, man. I should prepare for surgery on the others. How many will we need to operate on? I'm afraid it's a number that will leave you and your colleagues running ragged. My decoy electrical signal can cover the entirety of this area, and my colleagues can coordinate the surgeries. That being the case, I reckon we will need to stay here for some time. Time is something we're short on. Have the medical team prioritize the elderly and children. Then teach the others to perform the surgery. Hand out some scalpels. My people will not be squeamish. I would appreciate it if you did not make medical decisions for me. No, Doctor, I did not mean to order you around. Since the duty of leading everyone out of this mining district is mine, I need to make decisions accordingly. Patrol units who can show up at any time, extreme weather, lack of supplies, all things that will prove fatal. I hope we can reach an agreement on this. No matter what happens, we need to be wary of the infection. My team will oversee the sterilization procedures. Then let's begin. Act first, then we discuss the future. Is this your limit? When you were eating smoked sausages back in Greifenberg, did you never wonder how they were made? Never went to see the slaughterhouses in the satellite cities? Rotten hell, Rankin. I swallowed a bunch of snow, but I can't get the smell of blood out of my nose. Next time I have a chance, I'm just dumping fresh burned beast blood into your soup. Fresh burned beast blood is expensive. A bucket can cost more than 100 Travansky. We can't afford that. It was a metaphor, damn it. I didn't know you used to be a gourmet chef, Holly. My son transported that sort of thing when he was a truck driver. The Greifenberg nobles believed the blood of the young burden beasts would make them beautiful. He told me a lot of things about the city in his letters. The last one I received was 7 years ago. I hope he's still alright. Then I'll have to ask you to make sure Nikto doesn't mess with my dinner. I'll make sure. Nobody's messing with anyone's dinner. I hope this won't end up being our last meal, or I'll be cursing you to the grave, Rankin. Whatever you say, I'm in good spirits today. It's been so long since I felt this sort of freedom. We have finally broken our shackles. We are free now. What we want to do, where we want to go, and how we want to live our lives, we can decide for ourselves now. You should save the poetry recital for when we are actually safe. So what now? The plan hasn't changed. We head south to the border of Casimir's. Find the village founded by the infected. The one that belongs to only the infected. There will be space for all of us there. You're just blindly believing this reunion without... You're just blindly believing in this reunion without even knowing if they're the real deal. No, I have my reasons to believe. A few years back when I was stationed at the border, I heard a lot about them, information I could trust. They provide shelters for the infected, give out medicine for free, and have fended off many patrol units who have wanted to push around people like us. I believe we'll find people who share our ideals there. That just makes me think that some infected delusion, or the army spinning up an excuse for bigger shares of taxes. It makes me wonder why it took until now for a banner like this to be flown. If we find out they do not exist, then it'll be us who raise the flag. And here I thought your time on the border would have taught you better. Just imagine for a moment, if you had saved that count back then instead of that infected, you could be a lieutenant right now, maybe even a captain. Patrol units like the one we ran into today would be licking your boots with a wave of your finger. Then I should be even more grateful for the choice I made today. Otherwise, I would not have had the chance to see this nation's true face or learn what my life's greatest calling is. Our people have been duped and deceived for far too long. They believe their current lives are what they deserve, forgetting what they should really have. This is not only a conflict between infected and ordinary folk. If one day all the infected nurses died, they would use some other standard to decide who to cast into the mines. Why do some have everything handed to them, while others must struggle for survival? Who do the fruits of their bitter toil go to? But who actually gets to say what people deserve? Maybe the way this land is the way things should be. Even if there were another Terra, even if a situation started over from scratch, things may not turn out any different than now. No, I don't believe that. When you opened your eyes and actually looked at everything around us, did you not feel anger? When we feel such an instinctual rage, that means everything is wrong. You should know that, based on what you've been fighting through, Nikto. Don't bring up that crap. It's ancient history. Fine. Even if it is as you say, how far are we from the border? What other things will we run into on the way there? I have a plan. Why do you think I asked you to gather up those chips? They didn't blow up when we took them out of us like the other chips. Which means they still work as positioning devices. These things have brought us so much suffering. Why not use them to our advantage against the patrol units? That's not what we agreed on when we decided to escape. You know our condition, Rankin. How many of us can we even move right now? Maybe half? Might be able to beat 1 or 2 patrol units. But we can't hold off all of Ursus. The only thing causing more bloodshed would do is to trap us here even further. If we want to live, taking this step is only a matter of time. Every patrol unit lackey we kill is another spare ventilator in our hands. Any supplies we seize can be used to leave the infected ice fields and allow children like Vedovsky to live to see another day. Have you forgotten what gave us the opportunity to leave this place? Even if that thing cannot be called human, we were the ones who killed it. I don't know what you're talking about. You've become completely unreasonable before we even left the mining district. I don't want to fight over this, Nikto. Urchto and Nikto, you're here too. What is it? Nothing. I just came to see if you had eaten yet. Oh, you don't need to ask this guy. His stomach is already full of his grand ideals. You're not really wrong. You should focus on our physician friends. It was they who did all the hard work today. I just went to see them. They're about to rest. Good. You've worked hard too. How's the wound? Does it hurt? I'm okay. Everyone's okay. Really now. Everyone's been very brave. Go rest, eat your fill, and sleep tight. We don't have much food. My portion's not very big. Take care of yourself too, Yushito. Vedovsky really trusts you, Rankin. Always calling you Ichito, like you're her teacher. Everyone trusts you. They're waiting for you to get them out of here. I know, which is why every word I tell her is what I want to be true in my heart. It is the same as when I lead everyone. I take the path I believe is right. I hope you are. Relax a little, Nikto. Today is the day of our first victory. It's a good omen. No need to look so anxious. When someone awakens to the truth and decides to set off on a journey, it is the grandest of beginnings. Quoting from Igor's biography again. No, those are my own words. Trust me, Nikto. We're doing great things right now. All the surgeries are complete, Captain. Some of the patients are developing fevers and we're limited in what we can do. Got it. I'll go have a word with their leader after this and do my best to ensure the wounded are provided with food and water. You've worked hard today. Get some rest. Taking care of yourselves is important too. Captain, we still need to. The far north is under martial law. The weather is affecting our ability to communicate too. It's difficult for us to connect to the outside. What happened here will surely draw the attention of Ursine authorities. We need to leave ASAP. We can't stay here. But we really need to work with them. But do we really need to work with them? I'm worried that if we do, we'll be drawn into conflict with Ursus. Rhodes Island has no reason to make an enemy out of the Empire. But right here, right now, there are people struggling to survive. Changing the lives of the infected has always been our mission. Besides, they have also helped us out a lot. Don't worry for now. Just do your best to prepare for the unexpected. I'll keep trying to get in contact with our base in the city. If they can receive the information we sent earlier, I hope they will notice the clues we left behind when they come to help us. Rest times, get your copy here. You want one, Devushka? Oh, sure. How much? 20 para. Is that okay? That's fine. But I don't have any spare change on me. Here, take this. Thank you, Devushka. You're amazing. Amelie carefully places the entire Gervinets on the boy's palm. He quickly disappears around the street corner, as if frightened by his benefactor might regret her decision and take it back. Amiya? That boy's clothes looked very thin. The breast is colder than Ursus, I remember. Bresk is further north than Chernobyl. I still remember. It was the first time I saw such intense fighting. I was so nervous, I forgot to be scared. At the time, I thought I would never see anything so dangerous again. We've been through a lot since then. At least, I know how I actually am. At least now there's no catastrophes or people chasing us. Yeah, let's go for that. Yes, on that topic, Doctor, it's rather rare for us to have a chance to quietly watch a city like this, isn't it? Chernobyl, Lungmen, Londinium. Wherever we go, our memories seem to be filled with chaos and the fires of war. It's how this land should be. We should remember what this city is like now. Let's check today's paper. We might only be able to learn more once Aloysius has finished negotiating with the Grand Duchess. She said she would help us apply for a permit to enter the mining district, but how will she actually go about doing that? She made sure we knew how limited our info is. Grand Duchess's office is right ahead. From the intelligence we gathered beforehand, her name is Yelizaveta. She's not the typical Ursine noble. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to read that last part. Her policies are known for being kind to the infected and non-infected alike. Every channel of information we've checked describes her as a good person. I double-clicked. Grand Duchess might also be a bright woman. Her office looks rather humble-looking. The buildings in Bresk are relatively short and regular. It must be their style here in the far north. But looking at the map, all the surrounding buildings seem to almost envelop it. A rather unique location in terms of urban planning. Here we are again. A local leader with quite the reputation. Are you worried, Doctor? Honestly speaking, so am I. Even if Aloysius has made her thoughts on the matter clear, we still do not know her true goal. Doesn't this all feel rather familiar? Oh, you mean like in Lungman? Chin really is no nonsense, isn't she? Don't you mean hard to work with? Let's go with strict. Chin treats others the same way as she treats herself. That's how it was back then, and that's how it is now. Oh, right, we got news from her before we left home. While she didn't go into detail on her movements, she sounded well. When she heard about what happened, she promised that if Rhodes Island needed her, she would return. We made a lot of friends. I still remember when we were working with Chin. The one who actually represented Rhodes Island and negotiated with Chief Wei was Dr. Chaotik. Doctor, I'm worried I won't be able to solve problems or get people to work with us like she did. Also, we know practically nothing about Ursus's current circumstances, or the Grand Duchess. Dr. You don't need to do what only Chaotik could do. Be yourself, Amiya. May I ask which of you is the doctor of Rhodes Island? Her Imperial Highness, the Grand Duchess, invites you to meet with her.
Let's see. Which insect?
Oh wow, that's crazy.
My spear and I hail from Victoria.
I'll remember to dial it back. At your call. Come on! Bring it on!
Toxins and traps are my tactics.
Keep me waiting.
Very well.
Ready to heal. Kill, dummy!
See you later!
If you want treatment, you gotta come closer!
Not one step backwards.
God dang.
Standing by. Benevolent shall sit.
Art thou mine worthy enemy, or art thou not but a jester?
Wait, are the miners keeping my shit alive?
Let's get to work!
Oh no, that's a red box. I was about to say, what the fuck?
Mission accomplished.
Phew. I've managed.
managed to live up to the reputation of this unicorn
right.
once more.
And this is where we stop for today. We made it to 16:4. We went over 20 minutes. Yeah, I gotta go and do
Welcome home, Doctor.
life shit. I'll be back live tomorrow morning, if not tonight. We'll see. And I will see you again soon. I got some information to brush up on. So thank you guys for coming through and enjoying this with me. I know I rushed a little bit of the last section, but that's because we were going over the time that I put for the stream. So yeah.
Even though this ring is broken.
All right, guys. You have a good night, good evening, good day, and I will see you again soon. Later, guys.
And a blessing. I'll make good use of it.